Hi, and welcome to my brand new video series about my deck Awakening Intuition. Twice a month for the first and second half of each month, I am pulling cards from my brand new Oracle deck to help us have tools to work with our intuition and psychic ability for the next 2 weeks. This video is for the first half of June 2023. We'll be pulling 3 cards from the 64 card deck, and you'll really find with these cards that not only do they help you improve your intuition and awaken your psychic ability, they have a broader meaning where they can inform your self-love, your self-care, and your mindfulness practice. So let's get going and pick 3 cards for the first half of June. And you know, sometimes when I'm pulling from an oracle deck, we have very powerful chakras in our palms here. I'll just hold it and just set the intention that we are pulling 3 cards we can all work with for the first half of June. Okay. So when I'm shuffling, as you know, there are so many shuffling methods. I wait for a card to kind of jump out and let me know it wants to be picked. So we've got this for our first card, and then we'll do our second card. I'm going to pull them. Actually, I'm going to see if I can get a better. There we go. And I'm going to pull them all at once this time. Sometimes in the videos I've been pulling them and then talking about each one. I'm going to go ahead and pull them all at once and see if I can get a real good jumper, one helping me do them. Okay, and there's our third card for the first half of June. And you can really trust the card pulls you get. You know, you can't get a bad pull because your own intuition is going to tell you, as I talk about it, what this card means for you. So let's look at our first card for the first half of June 2023. Balance, intuition, and practicality. Okay, we have pulled this card, I think once before in the video series, so you might already be familiar with it. Balance, intuition, and practicality. I'll read it for you right now. Intuition and practicality are partners. Your practical side, as well as your past experiences, deserve your attention and respect. By balancing your sixth sense guidance with practicality now, you create a grounded and ideal path forward. How can your intuitive insights be implemented in practical ways? You know, and so this card, balance, intuition, and practicality, I think we don't talk a lot about practicality with intuition, but we should. And in the guidebook to the deck, you'll get an even more expanded meaning about this card and how you can work with it. My intuition is telling me, clairaudiently, that for the first half of June, we really need to work on staying grounded. So remember, dig into your practical practices, whether that's your daily self-care, your meditation, whatever it is that helps you stay really grounded and focused in a practical way. And any intuitive hits, my intuition is saying, take a beat, put a speed bump in. Don't take action right away. Give your mind, your strategic mind, a minute to think about how you can implement this intuitive hit in a practical way moving forward. For the month of June, we're in Gemini, which is a very quick moving intellectual sign. So I think we need to slow it down a bit to balance that and give yourself a second when you get that great, brilliant intuitive hit to figure out, could be a few days, could be a few weeks, to figure out how you're going to implement that in practical ways. So put in some speed bumps for the first half of June. Now let's look at our second card. Our second card is interference from intense emotions. Ooh, I like this, and it makes sense of why my intuition was saying we might need some speed bumps for the first half of June and to stay grounded, because we might be just experiencing some intense emotions. Let me read this card to you. Intense emotions may be jamming your intuitive radar. Acknowledge and process your feelings, discern the useful messages within them, and allow your emotions to calm before consulting your sixth sense. Ask those who are more objective and detached for their intuitive opinion. Emotional storms blind intuitive vision now. Let emotional support be the focal point. Okay, these two cards really make sense together, and I'm excited to see what the third card is. So that is something I think that really jams our intuitive system more than anything else, is intense emotions. But remember, intense emotions are part of life. So, don't get upset with yourself if you're having intense emotions. That's normal. And lots of times once you process through the intense emotion or it begins to cool, there's so much valuable information there about what your boundaries are, or what your self-care needs are, or where you want to go in the future, what your dreams are, how you should revise them. So for the first half of June, we really might just be focusing on supporting ourselves if we're having intense emotions, staying grounded, noticing the intuitive hits, but saying, look, I can process the emotions, stay grounded, I'll figure out in time how I'll strategically implement these intuitive hits. And the other thing that this card can talk about is sometimes we need to ask someone else for an intuitive opinion. That could be going to a professional intuitive like me, or it could just be asking a friend or family member or a coworker who's detached and removed from the situation and is feeling very calm and grounded. Hey, what's your intuitive hit about this? I'm taking some time, I'm putting in some speed bumps, I'm not going to make a decision. I'm having really intense emotions and I'm wondering, you're feeling calm and balanced. What's your intuitive take on this? So get an intuitive opinion from someone else who's objective, and then you can fold that in time to your plan of how to move forward. So I'm so excited to see what the last card is for the first half of June. Factor in divine timing. Ooh, I really love the theme we're getting here for the first half of June, because I think a lot of it is about slowing down. So let me read you this card, Factor in divine timing. Spirit may sometimes bring a person, opportunity, resource, or experience into your life before you feel ready. Or something can take much longer to appear than you prefer. Intuit where timing now is more than a frustrating delay or a complicating early arrival. Divine timing ultimately benefits you. Okie dokie. So at times in our life, divine timing is at play. I think the earth, there's a lot of organic things just happening kind of on the fly that maybe aren't divine timing. But there are some times in our life when either something comes into our life much quicker than we thought. Maybe you just got a divorce, but you're suddenly already feeling like you're having feelings for someone else. That's an example of, hey, I wasn't quite ready for this, but this seems to be happening. And then the other way divine timing works is that it can take something longer to come into your life. A creative project you're wanting to launch could take longer. Starting a family, buying a home, going to college, something that you really want to do right now could end up taking longer than you'd like. But if a divine timing's a factor, that could be for your best ultimately. So it's really interesting that the divine timing card was pulled, because I think there could be something happening for some of us in the first half of June where we're needing to just stay grounded and really focus on our daily self-care and practices, because there's a lot going on. We're having intense emotions about everything going on. So we might be feeling like, hey, it's not time to make a decision. I need to process these emotions, ask someone else for an objective opinion. And then remember that there are some things happening in the first half of June that could be divine timing. Either something coming into your life before you feel ready, but this is actually perhaps the best time for it to come, and Spirit knows that. Or Spirit saying, hey, I'm going to hold back on this. We're putting in some speed bumps because this really isn't the time for you to do this yet. There's a better window in the future and a better opportunity, so you have to wait. So I really like this reading for the first half of June. I hope it helps you during the first half of June. And I'm just so excited to be doing these readings with you. Again, this is from my new deck, Awakening Intuition, which is out June 20th. You can get it Barnes & Noble, Amazon, wherever you like to get your decks. And I will see you. We post these videos around the 1st and 15th of each month. So I'll see you in the second half of June around the 15th when we can pull 3 more cards and see how the month is evolving for everyone. Be sure and subscribe to this channel on YouTube if you want to be first to know when these videos come out. And there's links below of where you can find this deck or any of my other products. You know, I've written 9 books, and you can find them all. And I have a daily calendar. I have a lot of different fun stuff for you. So thank you again for being part of this video series, and I'll see you next time. My new Oracle deck, Awakening Intuition, is available June 20th. Pre-order it now from Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or wherever you get your decks.